Hey everybody, my name is Morgan J. Ingram and I'm with Sell Better, and you have to subscribe to this channel if you want more fire tips you don't want to miss out. And speaking of fire tips, let's talk about calling back in 6 months. Honestly, I think that this objection is crazy because I think they all go to a certain school and the prospects are like, how do we handle this objection? And all the time they say 6 months. And it's completely ridiculous. And you're like, how in the world am I supposed to handle this if they keep saying the same thing? So you came to the right video because we're gonna talk about it. The way that you wanna handle this, first and foremost, is when you hear this on the phone, instead of being rattled and being like, oh, I don't know what to do, you need to pause. No, the video didn't stop, but you do need to pause, right? Because if you don't pause, it's not gonna work out for you. So the next step after you pause is we have to acknowledge the situation. I'll say, hey, completely understand that you may have to reach out in 6 months. However, what's gonna happen between now and then that's preventing us from meeting today? That's a question that you need to have on loop in your head so that you can prepare for the situation. And if you don't do this, then it's easy for people to rattle out of this. Once you've asked that question, they're gonna tell you a couple things. They may be getting promoted. They may be getting a new job somewhere else, but we need an answer. Once we have that answer, then we're gonna have another follow-up question. Now, this is a question, I don't know, you got a notepad, I don't know what you got, but you need to write this down. The next question here is, are you looking to evaluate or implement in 6 months? Now, I want y'all to sit on that one and be like, this is a good question. So let's talk about it. If someone's looking to implement something in 6 months, that means you need to start the conversation today. Because if they start it in 6 months to implement, you're already gonna lose and they're probably gonna go with another competitor, and obviously we don't want that. So when I ask this question about implementing and they say yes, then I'll say, okay, typically our sales cycle is 3 to 4 months. And within that 3 to 4 months, we like to go ahead and start this conversation because we know that implementation and legal might take longer. For everyone watching, your sales cycle might not be 3 to 4 months. This is just an example of what you can do and how you go about handling that. Now, let's say they say, we're just looking to evaluate, which is gonna happen the majority of the time. So when they say evaluate, the follow-up question is, hey, how can I stay top of mind without being an annoying sales rep here? Now, the reason for that is most sales reps are annoying with their follow-up. So you're acknowledging the scenario that you don't want to be that person. So they'll give you a couple of tips. They'll say, hey, I want some ebooks, or I want to check out this blog or a webinar. I don't know what it is, but that's where you want to dive into. So then once you have that information, there's one more step. We're not done. You thought it was over, but we got another step. The last question I'm going to ask, what is the agreed subject line that we can both have so that I don't be becoming an annoying sales rep in your inbox, and also I'm not blowing you up? Again, getting that mutual respect, understanding their situation, acknowledging that they're busy. Once that is done, they're gonna give you an agreed subject line. I had one person, they said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I was like, cool, I like that show. So we vibed off that. That's a way that you can get that rapport building, even though this is a cold call. So look, great cold call tips here. If you want more, subscribe to the channel and comment.